Welcome back to another edition of Behind the Burnt Orange Curtain on TexasSportsConnection.com. I am Rod Babers. Hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. We still got another holiday weekend coming up. We'll have another edition of Behind the Burnt Orange Curtain. Not a lot that happened, but there still was some certain items that we have to address. Namely, Hassan Ridgeway, defensive tackle for the Longhorns, probably their best defensive tackle, arguably their best defender overall. He is deciding to forego his senior season and make himself eligible for the NFL draft. Now, there's no guarantee that he's going to be even a top pick, first round or second round. I think he's at the point now where he believes he can make an NFL roster. And I've always believed that they only have so many reps as a football player, whether it be at the high school level, the college level, or the pro level. And the sooner you can start getting paid for those reps, the better. And that's what Hassan Ridgeway essentially is saying. He said, hey, man, I want to start getting paid for these reps. And that's what he's doing. And we've seen every year since the rookie wage scale was implemented, a record number of juniors leave every year. And this is just another example of it. Hell, Malcolm Brown did it last year. He was a first-round pick. At the end of the first round, I think Hassan Ridgeway right now between the third and the fourth round. Depending on how he works out, he could obviously lift his draft stock. This is a guy who's dealt with a lot of injuries, too, and I think that's why he wants to go to the NFL. That's going to leave Poona Ford on the depth chart for the Longhorns at the defensive tackle, Chris Nelson as well. You have a Jake McMillan you can throw out there. So they got some bodies, some guys they can throw in there, but the Longhorns obviously are going to feel that loss of Hassan Ridgeway. He was a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Something else I think affects the Longhorns, not really directly, maybe indirectly. Our rival, the Oklahoma Sooners, got a big get. Kyler Murray, who transferred from A&M, actually agreed to commit to the University of Oklahoma. Now, for most people, this is not a big deal because they always said that the Longhorns didn't really want to recruit Kyler Murray. I thought not making an inquiry, even to see if Kyler Murray was interested, I thought that is a mistake. Nobody knows if they made that inquiry or not really sure. The word on the street was that Texas didn't want to even inquire about Kyler Murray. They didn't want him. They were satisfied with having Shane Buechele coming in next season. And then, of course, Sam Ehlinger, the blockbuster product from Westlake, who's been doing fantastic 2017, is satisfied having him come in. Now, this is the problem that I have with that. They've also closed off the recruitment, reportedly, in 2016 and 17 because they're satisfied with their quarterback prospects. And I understand where they're going with that, but keep this in mind. Here's a stat for you. Since 2005, all right, Texas has signed 12 quarterbacks, all right? Only two of them have finished their eligibility on the 40 acres. 3 of them are competing right now on the 40 acres. At least 7 quarterbacks, all right, that they've signed since 2005 that have yet to finish their eligibility. They left, they got kicked out, released, injured, hurt, whatever. You got no return on your investment. So basically, you've had more busts than booms. So the point is, why would you ever close off recruitment on the quarterback position? Quarterbacks are like underwear and socks. You can't have enough of them. You keep recruiting them because any quarterback who's not starting, he's unhappy. He wants out. Ask Texas Tech. Ask Cliff Kingsbury. Ask Kevin Sumlin. Even Texas. We've had a lot of quarterbacks transfer, but when you got a Colt McCoy and a Vince Young there, you don't really worry about that. Now, with that quarterback transfer market, it's like the NFL free agent market, and Oklahoma is taking advantage of it. Baker Mayfield, number 1, all right, the 2-time walk-on, and now Kyler Murray. And keep in mind, Jake Coker from Alabama, also a quarterback transfer. So the Longhorns are being hurt by the quarterback transfer market in college football that's revving up, and yet the Oklahoma Sooners are finding a way to take advantage of it. That's not a good thing. We got to figure out something else, and I would never, ever close off quarterback recruitment in any class. Sorry, if you're not satisfied with going to compete against another quarterback, then I don't want you in my program anyway. But Charlie Strong and his staff have a different mentality, a different philosophy. We'll have more about the Longhorn football program on our next edition of Behind the Burnt Orange Curtain, brought to you by TexasSportsConnection.com.